Just a spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Carolina Panthers. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Play action. Now it's Allen. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Certainly not the cleanest of starts to this football game. Back-to-back plays yield turnovers in this first quarter.
So there's not much flow right now. A very choppy game. And I know this. It's a copycat league. We say it all the time about the NFL, but I'm not quite sure this is what they had in mind about something they wanted to emulate.
No, you don't want to emulate a turnover. So after the INT, it's Allen escaping the pressure right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. He's going to fire one deep. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line.
Burrow's pass.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 5 yards from the end zone, 1st and goal. Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals.
Pass complete.
A 5-yard touchdown. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. Just a great individual effort there to take that pop pass and scamper off into the end zone.
And that's why offenses love that play, partner, because that gives them a chance to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers with a full head of steam behind them. It's often like a track relay. Legs 2, 3, and 4. That first guy steaming ahead, and he just hands it to you, and you get a chance to take off and go before you even get the baton.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Levi Wallace with a pick. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Derrick Henry hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Not even 2 minutes into this football game, already we've had 2 scores.
You know how much I like to read about teams of old, right? The teams of yesteryear. There were some teams that were known as the point-a-minute teams. Well, obviously in a 60-minute game, that's 60-plus points. But 2 touchdowns in the first 2 minutes? My calculator doesn't operate that well.
And now on the other side, they better wake up. They haven't even gotten off the bus yet. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Christian McCaffrey.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. Space to maneuver at the 40. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams that just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot.
Touchdown, Carolina! DJ Moore, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are able to get this back within a touchdown. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get him in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from it.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Yetur Gross-Matos. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
2nd down.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Burrow on play action. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on 1st down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down, makes it manageable now.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Brian Burns in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It's taken to the 26. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Taken down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 41, Allen. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Allen now on 1st down. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down.
Panthers 7.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
I'm coming. 51, Mike 56, 56. Mike 51,
51. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And this is going to be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Let's go. Pick it up, Keith. Go, Mike 51. Mike 51. Hey, it's coming up. Hey, let's go. It's coming. I don't know why this team showed up. 51 to Mike, boys. 51. Hey, watch the lane. Hey, Mike 51. Mike 51. All day, baby. All day. 51.
To throw again. Allen. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
Well, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
Makes the score.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Bengals drive about to get going, and on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Burrow on his toes that time as they get the first down.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3-and-out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Brian Burns able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, what's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
A gain of 10 yards.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, and now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Burrow looking to pass, eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first.
We have so many different terms for 3rd down, 3rd and short, 3rd and long, 3rd and manageable. How about 3rd and medium? Because that's what this one was. The defense looked like they had him hemmed in, but he gets away, evades the rush, and picks up just enough for the first down.
From midfield now, Burrow. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And this is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. But now it'll be third down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The Bengals on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And now the third down throw incomplete as well. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And now a high kick, but he hit it straight up. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Danielle Hunter make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Allen. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
We constantly talk about defenders having great vision and being able to see plays unfold and make their own plays. But you also have to have good feel as well because you can't see everything out there. See the play unfold, feel what's going on, and then get to the right spot and make your own play. And in this case, it turned out to be a highlight one.
Extra point up and good by Bullock, and that makes it a 21-10 game. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Now Allen to try again after the pick six. And incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one, much more like lead.
He's going to look deep for more. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play there for the Panthers. 43 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Brings up
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
51, Mike 51. 3 bucks. All 52. Mike 51, Mike 51. Come on.
Throwing again. Allen. Again, he targets more. This one is complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by David Long. And a potential turning point as he'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. First down, here's Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. Curtis Samuel, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Burrow will throw. Taking a shot for Samuel. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank, and he will be brought down. His time is now run out on this first half of action. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bengals drive about to get going. Second half begins with a run by Henry. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Again, it's Henry. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. It's a big run that time by Henry, and even 50 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Caught by the tight end, Ertz. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
Complete.
That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9.
Complete.
Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be...
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. and they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
They're not even trying to do anything.
Carolina. O.J. Howard. His fourth touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead.
For the point after.
And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll drop to throw. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Yetur Gross-Matos picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
On the play. It's second down.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Derrick Henry. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
It's a gain of
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll run for it with Henry. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Backed up where they were on this side of the field. That was a gutsy call.
A gutsy call that never should have happened. Not so much them going for it. That's their decision. But where's the defensive front? Where's the leverage? Where's the low man wins? Where's getting into the offensive backfield and spilling the play? How did they permit them to pick up a 1st down in that situation?
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 10 more there and another 1st down. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He's going to rifle one deep left side and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. 2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter from Charlotte. Henry. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down. Stopped at the Panthers' 35. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd down.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it's going to yield a new set of downs. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Flushed out right. He'll try and run it, and able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And right side, Henry's got it. Give him 2 yards on that play, and they're going to have a third down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
He may try and run for this. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Now Burrow. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Touchdown.
An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, and it's got him in the lead. Returning it, Isaiah McKenzie. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
23-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
At the 23-yard line.
To throw again. Allen. Flush to his right. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Come on, come on. Mike 51.
One final try here for Allen. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Brian Burns able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now Burrow to throw on second down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Off the option, that's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Touchdown, Cincinnati.
A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals add on to their lead. That, of course, all set up by the big run on the play prior. They took advantage right away with a touchdown throw.
And you mentioned advantage, probably taking advantage of their natural instinct after that previous play to be aggressive and rush towards the line of scrimmage. And instead, they were vulnerable to the pass.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Operating from the gun. Allen eluding the pressure right. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now...
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Marcus May with a pick.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
51's the mic. 51's the mic. Let's go, D.
On play action, Allen. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
51, Mike 51. Here we go, here we go. Pop, motion.
From the gun, Allen. He'll air this one out for Mims. And my goodness, another interception. Levi Wallace with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 7-yard line.
They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. On 2nd down, Burrow. He's going to loft one deep left. And got his man complete. 30.
Let's get that swagger, y'all. Let's get
10,
that swagger.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Operating from the gun, Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Allen. And that is incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He's going to let it fly. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 33. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Escaping the pressure right. And his throw here is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
And he finds Howard complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 26.
Intercepted by the Bengals. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do?
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 40. And he's going to go down. His time has now run out on this game.
Today's final
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Bengals, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they dipped to 2-5.